Oh man, that music video, man, that was a minute ago. That was like my first thing that I did here. Well, not the first thing, but like the first thing. It was like 2009, and I was broke. I mean, like I was basically at the time I was losing my apartment. Like I was literally packing up my apartment, going to Vegas to film the commercial, coming back, packing up the rest of my shit, and then moving out. And I didn't know where I was moving to yet. Also, I think my birthday was in between there or something. Anyway, it all started with 80s dance battle, as most things do. We was at this place, this underground little comedy spot that we used to go to called the Unknown Theater back in the day to like wind down and other things. And one night I was on one, and they had the lights up and there was some music playing, and the homie Dustin gonna challenge me to a dance off. Bruh. I was in there, boy. People didn't know that I could break dance. Kinda. It was a lot of white people. Dustin was very white. He still is very white. So I'm busting it open, you know what I'm saying? And I win the dance battle. Obviously. A couple months go by, and one of the comics there, one of the homies, at the time he worked for an agency. He hits me up out of the blue. He was like, "Hey, yo, Nate, man, can you play the guitar?" What? Nah. Hangs up. He's like, "All right." Calls me back in like 15 minutes. He's like, "Yo, I might have a part for you." I'm thinking, oh God, they just need me to stand there and be albino. What's the part? Okay, so the part is for a blind blues playing, guitar singing, break dancing, uh, uh, blind guitar playing, blues singing, break dancing. What the? Yeah, you think you can? Fuck it, dog. I go. So I go to the audition, and I was like, man, this is dumb. I don't know what this is for. Outside the thing, like for the audition, they had other people in there. None of them who looked like me. Nobody else was a black albino blind blues playing guitar, but nobody else was there. What was they filming? So anyway, I'm thinking like this has got to be crazy, like pantomime or something like that. And the lady comes out and she's like, "Okay, so here's the guitar," and I was like, I ain't, nope, not even a little bit of the, I don't want. So they like thinking that I'm about to play this bitch, and so while nobody was looking, I messed up all the tuning of the guitar because I know how to do that. And then when we went in the room, I was like, "Oh, I can't really play this guitar because like the tunes are all messed up. I don't know how to tune it. I'm just learning, you know what I'm saying?" And they was like, "Oh, we can probably get somebody here to tune it for you." And I was like, "You don't gotta do that though." And they couldn't find nobody, so they played some music, and then they were just like, "All right, break dance, but do it like you blind and like you 60." I needed to work, so I was in there popping, locking, hey, yeah. And then I left, and I called the homie. I was like, "I don't know what just happened, dog." And he was like, "Yeah." A few days later, they was like, "Yep, all right, so you're gonna fly to Vegas. We're gonna pay you $1,500." At the time, actually, at any time, that's a lot of money to me. I really still am broke out here in these streets. That's a goddamn shame. Anyway, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, 1,500, because I needed it. Because like I said, I was about to be, I was homeless. It was supposed to be a very small part. I was supposed to play this dude named Saminga, who was the producer of the music video that we were shooting with like 4 NBA players. It was Andre Iguodala, Mo Williams, Rashard Lewis, I think, and then Kevin Durant when he was still a Sonic, actually, a Supersonic. So I go out there, and the first thing I do is they got a bunch of extras. This is the Nike music videos for Foot Locker. And so they got like money out this bit. So we show up at the hotel in Vegas, and they go to this fitting room, and it's a bunch of more extras in there. There's 2 other breakdancing dudes, but they can actually dance. They were hired to do that. They didn't just lie. So they get me in my costume, which is not comfortable. The pants are polyester. I got 6-inch boot heels with the slippery backs. But they gave me this little metal finger. It was cool. And then they had on my pinky, I had a long ass pinky with a diamond stud in it. And that was fire too. I think they had me in a bolo. Anyway, I'm only supposed to be in this music video for one scene. And in the background, I'm a background player. The other 2 dudes who I was supposed to be in the scene with, were in this. They were in the music video, the finished product, for less than a second, and it was only their feet, which is disrespectful. I mean, they still paid them, but damn, y'all. It's also Vegas in August, so it's 7 billion degrees. It was so hot that I remember drinking like 13 bottles of Gatorade and not peeing. At one point, they had to go to Walmart to get all the crew hats with water pockets in them because people were like hot. But before all that, I'm driving to set on the first day, and it's me in the car. It's these two British dudes, and then it's the driver, and then it's a Swedish dude. And I don't know none of these people, so I'm just cracking jokes, making people laugh because I'm nervous. They all go to one part of the set, and I go to another part of the set. And the driver tells me once they get out, he was like, "Bro, you realize that you were just talking to the producer, the executive producer, and the director of the whole project?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's what's up." So apparently, through that little interaction, the director just fucking loved me. So instead of me being in that small little scene, he just starts putting me in every scene in the video. He starts making up shit for me to do. He even has me go in front of, like, there's behind me, we're at a gas station. Behind me is these dudes on ATVs, like, doing peel outs with, like, colored smoke. And he has me at the forefront doing a dance. And I had to dance for, like, 5 minutes, and I was killing it ish. You know what I'm saying? For big boy, killing it. There's one part where I throw my hat, and he comes over there, and he throws it back to me. I catch that bitch. I start dancing. Ow, I hit my finger. It was dope, and that part actually made it into the finished product, like a little bit of it. So it was a really, really fun experience. All the basketball players were dope as hell. I liked making Andre Iguodala laugh. Kevin Durant was really cool. Skinny then, he was so skinny back then. He's still skinny now, but he was skinny. Everybody was real cool. I get back home and I'm waiting for my my check to come, that $1,500, because I needed that. I just moved in with the homie Colt and his girlfriend at the time, way out in the valley, like way far from where I wanted to be. And I remember I was sitting in the room that I was going to be staying in with all my boxes and just looking at it, being like, man, I think I had like $2 on me and my account was overdrawn. And Colt comes in the room. He's like, bro, you got some checks. And I was like, what do you mean some checks? And I open a check. It's like $1,500. I'm like, hell yeah, it finally came. Then I open another one. It's like $1,500. Like, what the fuck? So apparently, because the director just liked me, he put me in all those scenes, but then he put me on a different pay scale and basically paid me for all of the seconds that I was on camera. And since this was back in the day, and it was a commercial, and I was non-union, I didn't have an agent or anything at that time, I made like $20,000 off that one commercial. The checks just kept coming for like a week. Before taxes, like $20,000. After taxes, was more like 11 or 12. But still, it was more money than I'd ever seen. You know what I mean? I mean, not ever seen, but like, you know what I mean. I'm used to being broke. But considering I didn't have a job, that money basically lasted me for like the next like year and a half of just, budgeting. We were able to get an apartment, and then and yeah, man, that shit was crazy. But I always remembered that lesson, that direct, like just being nice to people and being professional and being like good on set really can go a long way. Just don't be a dick. You know what I mean? I forgot all about that commercial. I can't put it up here, but go on YouTube, look up Nike Hyperized music video. It's there. Also, I will be in Vegas December 1st and 2nd at the Notoriety Theater. Get your tickets. The link is in the bio.